Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Lindsay. I'm a mum to 4 children, including 3-year-old twins. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you some ways that you can teach your child to count. So this is great for a child from any age, from the age of 2 all the way up to age 6 or 7. You could also use this with slightly older children if you wanted to. It depends on what stage they're in with their learning. So I'm going to be showing you some really simple ways. I'm going to be showing you what materials I use. My little girls are 3.5 and they're twins, and they can count up to 20. And I started to help them learn to count from about the age of 2.5. So you could start from a really young age. It all depends on the child. The first thing I'm going to show you is a counting stick. So I simply just made this using a paper towel roll. You could also use like wrapping paper rolls or foil, rolls the inside of foil. I've got 2 rolls because my little girls are learning up to 20. So I've got one for 0 to 10. And all I did is got these little sticker dots from Amazon, and I wrote numbers 0 to 10 on them. And I spaced them out quite equally like this on the roll, and you can play lots of different games with this counting stick. The first way is to simply use this to teach your child to count from 0 to 10. So for instance, you can just go through it with them, repeating over and over 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure that you point to each number as you say this, because then they will recognize what that number looks like. They know what numbers look like, they also know what numbers sound like. You could also use this for things like counting backwards, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way to 0. I play a hide the numbers game, so I'll just simply use my fingers to hide one of the numbers, and then I will show my little girls and they will count from 0 and then figure out what number I've hidden. They really like this game, they really enjoy it. And you could also use this to count in 2s, so 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I also made a stick for teen numbers because my little girls are working on this at the moment. They know their numbers from 0 to 0 and their teen numbers, but they do struggle with certain teen numbers like 12 and 20. So we are working on this at the moment. You could also use paper cups. Now these are really affordable and simple to use. You can make lots of counting games with these cups. It just makes counting a little bit more fun. So all I've done with these is I've wrote the number on the top, and we play a sequencing game. So we'll put the numbers in order. I also played this game with my little girls and they really enjoyed it. Now you've got to count 2. I'll count 2 now. 1.
I don't know.
You've got to count 2. Is that 2?
No.
Yeah, it is.
2.
1. That's 1, darling. 1. 2! Hooray! Is that number 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Set the cups up like this. For young children, you could just do 1 to 5 and miss a number in between, but then turn that cup over so that they can't see the number. See what number is missing?
2, 3.
Is that 3?
No. 1, 2.
What should be by there?
3.
Yeah. Shall we see if this is the number 3? Turn it over.
Yeah.
Yay! Well done. Do you want to...
2, 3, 4, 5.
Good girl. Do you want to play that again?
Yeah.
Yeah? Another way you can use these cups is to write numbers on the front and then get them to count that amount of number objects inside the cup. So for instance, if we've got number 10 on the side of this cup, they can pop 10 objects into the cup. You just need to find something small enough that they can pop into this cup. I use very small counting toys, like they've got little animals, and I'll link those down below for you. I got them from Amazon. I also use things like buttons and pom-poms. You could use small pebbles or glass nuggets. It is up to you. They're really easy to store because they all stack inside each other, and I've got cups all the way up to 15. Another game we could play with this is to show them a number on the counting stick and then ask them to count that many objects into a container. I use little balls, but I'm going to use this cup for now because I've got it in my hand. So for instance, you could say to your child, okay, using your counting stick, this is number 4. Can you count 4 objects into your cup? And then they'll have a go at counting. 1, 2, 3, Or you could use stickers as praise, or you could just simply clap, or give them a little prize, or whatever you want to really. A simple smile will do with most children, and my little girls love playing this game. It's so simple to do, but it really gets them used to counting objects. Another way that we learn numbers is to look at door numbers when we're going for our daily walk. So my little girls love playing this. We'll simply just go for our daily walk, and then I will point out numbers on doors, and now they get so excited because they're like, Mum, there's a number, and then I'll tell them that number. It's good because we're branching out to higher numbers, for instance 73 and 63, which are numbers that I wouldn't normally teach them at home, but because we're on our walk, they're recognizing larger numbers. It's a really good way to make use of your walk. I've got a little helper now. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Tia. Look at. Okay, so another way you can teach your child to count is by, when you're reading them a story, get them to count certain things in the story. This is something that I've always done with my children. It's a really good way to sort of like kill two birds with one stone, because you're reading them a story anyway, and it also gets them more engaged in the story. It makes it more interesting for them because they're like more involved, and it's also a nice fun little game for them to play. So for instance, as I'm reading the story, I might say to my little girls, how many goats can you see? And then I will get them to touch each goat with their finger so that they know they are counting the objects. My little girls are slowly learning to just individually count each object instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is what they were doing. But that's normal. They are going to go through that process. So just get them to slowly count each object one at a time. So 1, 2, 3, as slowly as they want or as quick as they want. It all depends on your child again. Another thing you could do is to play a missing numbers game. So this one I got from Twinkle. I love Twinkle. I recently signed up to it, but you could find games like this on the internet. You could also make this game yourself by simply drawing little objects or circles or squares or whatever shapes you want to, and then writing numbers within those shapes, but then missing certain numbers out so that they have to think what number comes next. So for instance, this one, my little girls have gone and coloured it, but it's an Easter egg missing numbers game. So you've got number 1, number 3, but in between those two numbers, they have to figure out what number comes here. So not only does it get them thinking about what number comes next, what number goes before that number, so what number is before 3, what number's 1 less than 3, it's 2, but they also get to learn to write their numbers as well. But you could also play this with younger children who are not able to write yet. You could just simply point to the numbers and then ask them what number comes next. So those are just some of the ways that you can teach your child to count. Use books as much as you can to help them to count the objects in the book. You could also get them to count everyday objects. For instance, can you count how many cups are on the table? Can you count your fingers? Can you count your bath toys? Just get them practicing counting every day, and your child will soon learn to count. But honestly, every child is different. So let your child work at her or his own pace and just let them have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, give me a like and I'll make more videos like this. I do lots of play ideas on this channel. I'm going to be making lots of homeschooling videos like this in the future. So subscribe below so you don't miss a video from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.